Hello, everyone. I'm Steve Messineo, President and CEO of the Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to another Member Spotlight video. And today I'm very pleased to welcome Hanchell Gomes from Movement Mortgage. So, Hanchell, thanks for coming in today. I'm looking forward to learning a little bit about your business. And if you don't mind, I'm going to leave it to you to share a little bit.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
So my name's Hanchell Gomes. I always add in the Morrison because I actually speak Haitian Creole as well. I'll go into that later.
Sure.
But I work for Movement Mortgage as a loan officer, so I am responsible for pre-approving my clients and making sure that they know how much they're eligible for, so that they can look at the correct price ranges when they're looking for a home.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing that for almost 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So when I share that, I always let people know, I'm not necessarily new to the industry. Prior to that, I was actually a real estate accountant. I was doing real estate accounting for commercial management company.
Okay.
So I've always been working with numbers. I was in that industry for about 7 years.
All right.
Yeah.
How'd you get involved in the mortgage industry?
So one day I realized that I wanted to do something different. I love working with numbers. Like math was always my favorite subject, but I wanted to take it to another level. I always had like an entrepreneur mindset too, and someone had mentioned maybe loan officer would be best for me, especially since I have kids and there's a flexibility with that. So I looked into it and I was like, this is perfect. Like I'm able to help people. I'm able to use my skills. And, it's just, I love the idea of helping people realize their dreams of becoming a homeowner.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So are there any particular groups of people that you like to serve in terms of helping them acquire a mortgage?
Okay. So my main focus are first-time home buyers.
Mm-hmm.
I work with all types of buyers. I will work with, people looking to upgrade their homes, but my target is first-time home buyers. And like I said, I work with all people, but my niche is Haitian demographic, just because my parents are Haitian. They were born in Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So I speak the language. So I'm able to help my clients throughout the whole process, explaining everything to them, just so that they feel comfortable through the process.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It must be very comforting for them, especially coming from, a situation, obviously Haiti's had its challenges, and here they come into state looking for maybe a better future, and to have somebody like you be able to speak their language and get them comfortable with it sounds like it's a real benefit to them. Yeah. Are you finding that there are a lot of Haitian migrants in the community that are in need of your services, and how do they find out about you?
So there's definitely a lot of Haitians in Massachusetts, because I'm licensed in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Mm-hmm. So I'm all over Massachusetts. I have people from Brockton, Everett, Worcester. So they find me through realtors, or sometimes just referrals, sometimes through social media too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Awesome. And what would you like people who might be interested in working with you to know about you? What are some of the things that you do that maybe are unique to people in the mortgage industry or that type of thing?
Okay. Well, one thing is I've always been a problem solver. Even as an accountant, I've always been good at solving problems. So, if a client comes to me and they tell me that they want to buy a home, but they're stuck, I won't just shut them down and tell them you can't buy a home now. Mm-hmm. I'll tell them what they need to do to get there. Some people think they're stuck at their current job for 2 years. I'm like, no, you can actually switch jobs. You can, as long as it's in the same, industry that you were in previously, you can move on to another job. So it's, I'm always happy to help clients figure out ways for them to get into a home, even if it's going to take them 6 months, or even if it's now. There might be a simple solution. Like one example is some people think you have to wait 2 years after getting out of college to work and actually be able to buy a home. you can actually use your school transcript in replacement of the 2 years, as long as you have a job.
Yeah.
And you're able to qualify for the home.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
How are you finding the housing market currently in terms of? I've been hearing that the inventory is a challenge, and of course interest rates going up over the last couple of years, I'm sure, is impactful. How have you seen that play out in terms of your day to day and the clients you serve?
Yeah. So the industry, I will say it is very, very tough right now. With low inventory, it means that, people are offering more than asking. Again, just like, it's been the last 2 years. But now it's even harder because the interest rates are much higher. So now the monthly payments are somewhat unaffordable for some, and then some people are getting kicked out of the market just because now they can't afford to buy a home, where 2 years ago they would have been able to purchase a home.
Yeah.
But even though it is tough, it's still possible to buy a home. I've had, numerous clients close on a home that actually they closed with, equity. They purchased it for less than what it's actually worth. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. And one of the things that, one of the strategies that I've noticed is sometimes there are homes that go back on the market. There's not necessarily anything wrong with the home. Maybe the client lost their job and they could no longer purchase the home, so they had to put it back on the market. So that's where I've had my clients been able to put on offer for maybe less than asking. And once they close, they actually have $20,000 in equity, just because they weren't looking for homes that popped up this week. They looked at, homes that might have been on the market a month ago. They went and did their inspection. They made sure that the home was in good condition, and they were able to close on the home.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Cool. So, who are your best referral partners? Who are those people that are in other businesses and in the community that are good for you to network with, and where you might be able to pass referrals to them, and vice versa?
Okay. So my referral partners, I would say mostly realtors, just because I don't know why, but clients always go to realtors first, even though they need a pre-approval. You need to know how much you qualify for,
Right.
but they go to realtors first. So I've had realtors sending most of their referrals to me, but then I've also had tax preparers reach out because sometimes they need advice on how to handle clients' tax returns, especially if they're thinking of buying a home. I've had former clients refer their families or friends just because they're really happy with the service that I provide.
Awesome. And what are the best ways for people to get in touch with you, and should they want to learn a little bit more about you and your services?
Best way is you can call me, you can email me, and you can find me on my social media. All of my social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, it's Homes with Hanchell. You can find me easily on
Awesome.
social media.
Awesome. Well, Hanchell, thank you very much for coming on today's show. Appreciate you sharing information about your business, and hopefully we can help you get some people interested to work with, and obviously find them a mortgage and get into the home that they dream of, essentially. So appreciate you being here. That's it for today's episode. I highly encourage you to reach out to Hanchell if you're interested in a mortgage for yourself or anybody that you know, and appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next episode.